We'll be using a system called Blackboard to do just about everything in this course. To get to Blackboard, you want to go to the Delgado homepage, dcc.edu, go to the Current Students link. Under Links and Resources, you will see a link called Online Classroom. You will also see a link to Blackboard on the far right panel. Either one of these will get you into Blackboard. By this time, of course, you will know your username and password. It is the same as your Delgado email. So you'll log in, hopefully daily, to Blackboard. Once you log in, you will see lots of general announcements from different departments, even financial aid, distance learning, student life. Lots of announcements that are probably going to be of interest to you. To get into our course, underneath the My Courses group, you'll see all of the courses in which you have some type of Blackboard component. Not all instructors use Blackboard. Every online instructor or every online course is going to be on Blackboard, but you may or may not have Blackboard for all of your courses. In any event, you'll click on the link for our Computer and Internet Literacy course. That will take you to the announcements page for the course, and here you'll find announcements specifically for the course, announcements that I've put out there. Sometimes you'll see announcements from the Blackboard coordinator that are for everyone's benefit, but most of the time the announcements are going to be directly from me about assignments and deadlines, exam proctoring times, all kinds of information. So please pay attention to the to the announcements, and read them frequently. Very often it's easy to skip over the announcements page, but you really should get into the habit of looking at these announcements and seeing if there's a new one out there every time you log in. In fact, if you have not logged in for over a week, you might utilize the tabs that say View Last 30 Days of announcements, or View All, so you can take a look and see if there's any information that you have not read in the last few days if you haven't logged on. The menu buttons on the left side of the screen are the areas of the course that you will find the information that you need for the course. You are going to want to begin with course information. Here's where you will find the syllabus and a lot of student resources, information about the library, our email policy, the grading scale for the course, and a link that takes you to your student service, self-service, where you can get your grades and register for courses, all kinds of information that's helpful to you, not only for the course but also for your other courses, and information about the college in general. Under staff information, you'll see my contact info, the contact info for the office, the academic advisor for business and technology, and also the dean of business and technology. Assignments is probably the most important area in here, and you'll probably want to visit assignments every time you log in. In this area, there will be folders related to the topic that we're working on at the moment. It'll coincide with the syllabus, and the due dates are going to coincide as well. What you are looking at now is one of the folders, Unit 1, the Digital Society. You'll want to click on the link, and what you'll find in these folders, first of all, are the review materials that you are to read. For instance, for Unit 1, you're reading Chapter 1 in the book. Now, just a note here, Unit 1 and Chapter 1 are the same, but that will not always be the case. You may have unit numbers and chapter numbers that do not coincide. In fact, some units have multiple chapters that are within them. So Unit 1, units and chapters don't always coincide, just to make that point. You'll also find links to the key terms for the chapter, an audio PowerPoint lecture, different information that I need to give you for particular assignments, and the topic that we're dealing with will be in here. And very important to you, anything that shows up in red is a graded assignment. For instance, in this unit you see sound bites and soundbite quizzes. To get to this information, you want to click the link that says sound bites and soundbite quizzes. It will take you into an area that has both presentations, the sound bites themselves. For instance, this one has questions to ask before you buy a computer and the history of the personal computer. Each of these is a link to the presentation. You'll click on it to access it and get it started.
Welcome to our soundbite on questions to ask before you buy a computer. Many things to consider before you plunk down hard-earned change for something like a computer.
So you would watch this presentation, and then when you're complete and you understand all of the information in the presentation, you would be ready to take the quiz. To take the quiz, you would click the link for the quiz. It will open up in a new window, and for the most part you won't have to enter a password or anything on these quizzes. When you click the OK button, it will present you with the questions in the quiz. Most of the questions will be multiple choice, matching, or true-false. You will select a correct answer on each of the questions and then click the Submit button. Notice that you have a Save button as well. This button is so that you can save your progress and resume later. You don't ever have to do these quizzes all in one sitting. So if you want to do a couple of questions and then go back and re-review the soundbite, you can usually do that. If that is different on a particular quiz, I'll let you know. I'm just going to close this, but you would submit it and get your results immediately. Now to go back to the previous folder, I can either use the back button on my web browser, or I can utilize what we call the breadcrumb list that shows across the top of the screen here. And that's what I'll use right now. To go back to the Unit 1 folder, I'll click that link and it takes me up a level back to where I was before, and I can continue going through the assignments. Some other areas that will be of interest to you in Blackboard, underneath the communication button, is where you can send email at the end of this list. Some of these items may not be here when you log in, but under Send Email, you can click that link and then choose either other students, me, whatever group that you are trying to send an email to. You can do that. Now, you cannot receive your email in Blackboard. You have to go to our Delgado email system to receive your email. So if you hear that I've sent you an email or someone else has sent you an email, you've got to go to our email system on the website. Another area that we will be discussing, I'll be discussing in a separate video, is the discussion board. And external links is an area that you can find links to the companion websites for the textbooks, also to my IT lab when we begin working in it, and the ebook that we talked about in the previous videos. The Grade Center is where you will go to see what your grades are, underneath the My Grades link. And again, you may or may not see all of these links when you get here. You'll see the item and the grade that you received for the item, as well as the points possible for the item, and any comments that I might have put on that particular item. Please do not use the grade book to figure out what your assignments are. You can use it as a checklist to see if you have anything missing, but it is very important for you to go into the assignments folder to see what your assignments should be. Well, that's a quick introduction to how to use Blackboard. You'll probably have several questions as you go along. If you are using it for the first time, feel free to send me an email, give me a call, come by and visit me during office hours if you have any questions about how to get around in Blackboard and what you should be doing, and or if you have any questions about your progress in the course, feel free to do that.